Hello and welcome to Tales from the Nerd. I am your host, /Kevin, and this is the weekly podcast where I talk about the books coming out. No, not July, January 8th. I did talk about. I'm gonna upload. Well, this is being uploaded on Tuesday. The video I uploaded got uploaded on Sunday night because I got very lazy and I read all my books. Well, I didn't get lazy. I just read books. But yes, I'm back. I'm getting into the grind of things again. So the podcast will be back. Don't worry about it. I will talk about the books coming out January 8th. It's light again, so this is gonna be the regular podcast. So I will put pictures. I didn't put pictures in the other one, so let's go to the first book, which is Amazing Spider-Man number 37, written by Nick Spencer and art by Ryan Ottley. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. There are too many problems in New York City, and Spidey can't be in 4 places at once unless he can. Peter's life is as complicated as ever, but can science be the answer? It's a new year, and the build-up to The Last Remains are much more starts here. Now, I guess this is a new jumping on point because I'm still reading Spider-Man, so I think I'm on issue 34, 33. So if you want to jump on, I think this is your jumping on point, if I believe so, because hopefully by the next time I do the next book, I should be all good. I should be all caught up. But yeah, Ryan Otley's back doing art, so that's good. Nick Spencer, the thing is about this, I'm going a little bit of tangent. I don't know where the storyline's going anymore. I thought I did with the Kindred, but then we went to the future and all the tie-ins, and he hasn't been mentioned yet again. So I really don't know what's going on with Nick Spencer, but hopefully he can stick the landing, because, my God, this is the second year of Spider-Man, so hopefully he could do something. I really hope so, because I met him last year. Well, yeah, last year during C2E2. Very, very nice guy, so I cannot wait. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next book, which is a big one. Oh, this is big. Batman number 86, written by James Tynion IV and art by Danny Mickey and Tony S. Daniels. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. It's a new day in Gotham City, but not the same old Batman. With Bane vanquished and one of his longtime allies gone, Batman has to start picking up the pieces and stepping up his game. Batman has a new plan for Gotham City, but he's not the only one. Deathstroke has returned as well under a mysterious new contract that could change everything. Beginning a whole new chapter in the life of Dark Knight, the epic art team of Tony S. Daniels and Danny Mickey are joined by a new series writer, James Tynion IV. Yes, James Tynion IV, who has written Justice League Dark and Detective Comics for Rebirth, and then we're taking a little of Rebirth. But yes, new writer, James Tynion IV. So I trust this guy. He's done fantastic work in Detective. He's done fantastic work in Justice League right now. He's doing Justice League Dark as well. When you mean Justice League Dark? No, he's helping write. He helped write Justice League, the Justice League with Scott Snyder. So it's very interesting. It's a new not new territory, but I think I heard an interview with James Tynion IV. It's gonna go a bit more scarier, more detective-y area. But I'm really excited. If you want a new jumping on point, this is it. I mean, yes. I mean, what else do you want from a Batman book? From a guy who's written Batman before. Easy. But moving on. Next up is Batman the Outsiders number 9, written by Brian Hill, art by Dexter Soy. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. And there's an airplane flying by. Okay. Description of the book now. Ra's al Ghul and his army of assassins have turned their attention away from the Dark Knight and toward Black Lightning. They've done something terrible to him that can never be fixed, and Black Lightning will need the outsiders to stop him from crossing a line that could change his life forever. I think I'm on issue 6 or 7, so I'm like deeply far behind this book. I remember they broke Signal, which is Duke Thomas, and that's it. So I don't know if this is a jumping on point. I hope it is. I think it is, because that arc is still going on. Ended already. So I'm guessing this is a continuing arc. This is a 12 story arc. I really don't know. It's just the arc still continuing. So it's iffy to me at this point. Very iffy. But we're gonna move on to the next book, which is Catwoman number 19, written by Jolie Jones and art by Jolie Jones. So she's back doing the covers and the interior art and writing. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. The fight between Catwoman and Raina Creel turns personal as Creel goons descend on the pawn shop. Their target, Catwoman's right hand, Carlos. If your opponent has better weapons than you, it makes sense to take out the supplier, especially when you have a new informer coming into town to put the hammer down. I think this is a new story. Okay, so I read issue 17. I didn't read issue not 18, so I don't know. This is another one I don't know. I don't know if it's a jumping off point. I think you're jumping off point 17 or 18, one of those two, because it's still going on. The Rain Creel, but it's different. Like, one arc ended, another one got picked up. This arc is like continuing whatever the other arc was. So this is it basically. I mean, it's good so far. So it survived 19 issues. So yeah. But we're gonna move on to the next book, which is Deadpool number 2, written by Kelly Thompson and art by Chris Bacalao. I butchered the name, but either way, the price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Deadpool's kingdom is crumbling. As Deadpool tries to build up his new monster kingdom, he keeps running into obstacles. Obstacles named Captain America and Elsa Bloodstone. But they are far from his only problems. There's someone killing monsters, and their sights are set on those closest to Deadpool. Heavy hangs the head that wears the crown, particularly when it's in the sight of one of the deadliest people in the Marvel Universe. So issue 1 came out, I believe, in November, because I'm reading my November pile right now. So it's been like 2 months since the first issue came out, and you can still get the first issue. Oh, by the way, Deadpool had a new number 1. Since Powers of X, House of X kind of likes it. Everyone, when those were announced, they're like, cancel every X-Men book, X-Men related book. We need course correction. And Deadpool got canceled. Well, not canceled, it ended, but it did get canceled because the previous writer didn't get to finish whatever he wanted to do, which I really wanted him to explore that, but, Jonathan Hickman took over, so, yeah. And, I said, I guess it's really a good jumping off point, because it's a new storyline, it's a new writer, it's only issue 2, so you are able to catch those two. But we are going to move on to the next book, which is Ghost Rider number 4, written by Ed Brisson and art by Aaron Cutter. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. A new chapter in the Ghost Rider mythos begins here. Everyone is coming for Johnny Blaze's throne, and it's going to take more than just a new look and some new powers to fight them off. Meanwhile, Danny Ketch is at the end of his rope and about to make the biggest mistake of his life all over again. I don't know what happens. I think I'm only in issue 2, if I remember. And I didn't read issue 3, so I'm a little behind for Ghost Rider. But basically, Johnny Blaze is the king of hell. Some demons escaped hell. Johnny Blaze is hunting him. He asks Danny to help him. Danny's like, no, I don't wanna. And that's basically the first issue. Like, from memory, that's what happened in the first issue. I like it. I like Ghost Rider. I've always liked Ghost Rider. My Xbox name is just named after Ghost Rider. After the Spirit of Vengeance movie, I was like, oh no. Like, I like Ghost Rider, but that movie was horrible. And somehow I liked it when I was younger. Now rewatching it, I don't like it. But we're going to move on to the next book. But is it a good jumping on point? Yes. Well, yes and no. Because you pick up the first 3 issues, then you pick up this one. But after this, I usually after issue 3, I say I stop. You should, if you're not onto it, you're not onto it. But I'd say yes to see where it's going on. Just my recommendation. Pick up issue 1. You like issue 1? Find issue 2, 3, and 4. Easy enough. Next book, which is Ghost Spider #6, written by Shannon Maguire, whatever, and art by Takeshi Miyazawa. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Gwen Stacy, aka Ghost Spider, has been attending college in the Marvel Universe, but the Marvel Universe is a dangerous place, especially for someone named Stacy. And while Gwen has already dealt with one psychotic stalker from the Marvel Universe in the form of Miles Warren, it will have done little to prepare her for what's to come. So Ghost Spider is basically another universe of it's Spider-Gwen. Well, Spider-Gwen, but then they renamed her Ghost Spider because they can't name her Spider-Gwen in the Marvel Universe. Yeah, she's in the Marvel Universe now. She just universe hopped. That's it to this, and she's studying because in her previous run she's been arrested, so she can't go to college because she's a criminal. She's a superhero in her world. But yeah, it's interesting. I do like it. So I think I'm on only issue 3 at the moment. 3 or 4. One of those. I'm in one of those issues. I'd say jump on, but I don't know. Pick up issue 1 and decide for yourself. Until I'm caught up, then I will let you know. But I said just issue 1 because issue 1's pretty good, so I do recommend it for issue 1, not issue 4. No, issue 6. So yeah. Okay. Next up, which is Hawkman #20. Written by Robert Venditti and art by Tom Palmer and Pat Olife. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. The Batman who laughs has infected Hawkman, and now Carter is drawing on the worst versions of himself from his past incarnations. This evil Hawkman is seeking to access the ancient tomb whence all his powers flow. Meanwhile, the Atom and Hawkwoman are in pursuit, hoping to stop their friend from doing something terrible he can't undo and potentially bring Carl Hall back to his senses. Okay. So if you really want to know what's going on, you read issue 18, because that's the Tyrant, I guess. That's where it's going on. That's where the evil Hawkman is coming from, which is weird because I want to really spoil this. Pick up issue 17 because it brings up the idea of evil Hawkman, but not really. When you read the book, you'll know. After this, I will spoil it, what that is, but I do like it. I do like Robert Venditti. He's a really good writer, and Hawkman has lasted 20 issues, so I'm happy about that. So yeah. Moving on, next book, which is The Immortal Hulk #29, written by Al Ewing and art by Joe Bennett. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Giant monsters have been unleashed in Phoenix, Arizona. The Roxxon Corporation is unavailable for comment. The people need help. They need the Crusading outlaw with a heart of gold they read about in the Herald. They need their secret hero. Instead, they're getting the Immortal Hulk. And you can hear my skin on the microphone. But yeah, the Immortal Hulk, one of the best books from Marvel, to be honest. I love Immortal Hulk. Anything Al Ewing is writing, I typically tend to pick up now, because ever since I've read Immortal Hulk, I like it. He's co-writing with Jason Aaron and Valkyrie. He's writing the new Guardians book, which I'm like, yes, because you're giving someone who knows how to write space. Because, mind you, issue 25 was for Immortal Hulk, was so trippy, and I loved it. And it still has me thinking to this day, even though it came out 4 months ago. Yes, so you really want to pick up a Hulk book, you read issue 26, because oh my god, the Hulk is going to war with the world. So yes, read Immortal Hulk because it is freaking amazing. Next book, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers slash Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2, written by Ryan Parrott, art by Simone De Mayo. The price is $4.99, and this is the description of the book. Tommy faces a shocking betrayal within the Foot Clan that puts him in the crosshairs of their leader, Shredder. But can Rangers and Turtles put their differences aside before Shredder unleashes his ultimate weapon? No Ranger or Turtles fan can miss this shocking last page. So yes, this is a new miniseries. I think it's like 5 or 6. So the second time the Turtles and Power Rangers have crossed over. They crossed over in the Power Rangers in Space show in the 90s. So this is our second crossover with the Rangers. I love it. I haven't read issue 1 because issue 1 you can still find. If not, you can you could probably check who. You could probably buy it online as well. But yeah, I do like it. I do like the premise of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles meeting up because it's a 90s nostalgia for me. So I was like, yes, one day now. So I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm living my childhood again. I do like this, so I do recommend it. So pick up issue 1 and issue 2 when you're at the comic book shop this Wednesday. Next up, Miles Morales, The End #1, which is written by Saladin Ahmed and art by Diamond Scott. The price is $4.99, and this is the description of the book. The final Miles Morales story. Humanity makes its last stand in the only place strong enough to survive, Brooklyn. Former Spider-Man Miles Morales leads the bastion of civilization into the future. Penned by Miles Morales Spider-Man author Saladin Ahmed. So basically, these are just one-shots, so you really don't have to pick these up because these really won't affect the grander story of the main book. Because the thing about Marvel is there's always a flowing timeline. There's never like, oh, this happened in the 60s, so Peter Parker should be like, what, like 60, 80, 90? That's the whole point of Spider-Man life story. But it basically, it's always like, everything happened in 10 years, 10 to 15 years. So it's always flowing. So even reach like, we're like what, 2040, 2050, Peter Parker's still going to be like 25 to 30. Again, it's Marvel's flowing timeline. So I do want to pick it up because I do like Saladin Ahmed's writing for Miles. I think other than Brian Michael Bendis, he's the only guy who's kind of like cracked how Miles should be. So if you do want to read this, I do suggest you might want to take a peek. If not, it's fine. You can read the regular Miles Morales book. But I do recommend it. And also, if you want to read Miles Morales Spider-Man, pick up the trade by Saladin Ahmed because it's good. It's out. It's fantastic. I love it. So it really goes to like how a teenager would react. So yeah. Next up, New Mutants #5, written by Jonathan Hickman and art by Rod Reis. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. The explosive return of Cannonball. The team has reached the Shi'ar galaxy only to find the Empire in turmoil. Deathbird returns as she won't let Bobby and Sam get in the way of what she wants. I'm lost in this because I only read issue 1. I am like so behind on this book. I think it's coming out no, issue 1 came out, what, October? October, November? No, I think September or October. One of those two. So I'm far behind because I read X-Men #2. So I'm very far behind. But it's written by Jonathan Hickman. So if you really want to read New Mutants, pick up issue 1. Because that's really where your jumping on point is. Well, really, it's House of X and Powers of X, or Power 10. Those are jumping off ones than every other X-Men book they're releasing. But yeah, New Mutants, I like the first issue, so you might like it. If not, you could pick X-Men. They have a variety of X-Men books. I only pick up these because these are written by Jonathan Hickman. Basically, anything Jonathan Hickman is writing is going to be important. So that's really what you should know. 3 more books. I'm done. for this podcast. But let's move on to Savage Avengers number 9, written by Gary Dugan, art by Patch Zircher. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. The Quest to Kill Colin Gaff, Part 1. Folks, we won't mince words. Colin Gaff has got to go. If Conan the Barbarian, Doctor Strange, and Doctor Doom can't do it, then it can't be done. Plus, what if the fate of Colin Gaff's guest, Dr. Voodoo? Now, this is a perfect jumping on point because I don't know. I think issue 7, Conan went to Latveria. He met about Doctor Doom, and that's it. That's all I remember. If not, that's issue 6. So I'm a little behind on this, but it's a new jumping on point. It is a part 1 of a new story arc, so this is your jumping on point. Next book. Okay. 2 more books, and then we're done. Venom number 22, written by Donny Cates, art by Mark Bagley. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Donny Cates' Venom epic continues in grand fashion after Absolute Carnage, joined by industry legend and celebrated Venom artist Mark Bagley. That's all you're getting out of me for this one, true believers. After all, Absolute Carnage isn't quite over yet. So basically, if you don't like Absolute Carnage, you might not like this, but I do recommend you read Absolute Carnage, because that's, well, actually, issue what, like 19 was really what caught up with you. Well, basically, if you're just reading Venom, you really didn't need to read Absolute Carnage because it caught you up what you needed to know. But it's in Venom Island, so this is part 2 of a new story arc. So if you really want to jump on it, it's issue 21. 21 is your jumping on point for this story arc, then 22. So luckily enough, you can pick up both issues at the comic book shop this Wednesday. So far, I'm a little behind on Venom, so I'm a little bit behind Venom. But other than that, we're gonna go to the last and final book. Okay, Young Justice number 12, written by Brian Michael Bendis and art by John Timms. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. It's an epic Wonder Comics crossover. Naomi, the Wonder Twins, and Young Justice all come together for the first time to confront the secrets behind the entire first year of the Teen Titans series. Where did Connor Kent come from? Why does Bart Allen remember everyone, but no one else does? How does it all connect to Ginny Hex's trunk? It's a Wonder Comics blockbuster. Now, listen. Young Justice is okay. It's okay. It does multiversal travel, so I do like that aspect. I think this is a more funner book out of Brian Michael Bendis, but it's not his best book. Even though this kind of is his best book. His best book is Naomi, and that's not really saying much. But do I recommend this? I don't know, because I don't know where the last issue left off. I don't know if there's a new one. I think it's a new one, or it's ending another 6-issue arc. I do believe this is ending a new 6-issue arc. We are getting a new one. I think a new story arc next issue. I believe. I really don't know. It looks like this might be it. I think, because the other one was part 5 of story arc. I don't know, but I suggest read the first. You know what? I'll let you know next month, next month when I'm caught up, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I really don't know for this part. I'm sorry, but that's it. I hope you guys enjoy, and hope you have a fun day or a fun week. And tell me in the comments below, how are you doing? How did you spend your New Year's? And also, please let me know what comics you want me to talk about in the description. Like, please talk about this book because I'm interested in this book. So I could talk about it. I will do a review for Mandalorian. I just have to find when I gotta film. Also, the CW Crisis on Infinite Earths, that's coming up pretty soon. I just gotta film it, and that's it. I'm just gonna write a few notes, and then just from the notes I'll go from there. But yeah, subscribe, like, and comment. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's really all at the same handle, at a random nerd 2016. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy. Have a good night or good morning, and bye bye.